Cosmetics recently reformulated their eyeshadows, and once I saw the Black Spring palette, I definitely had to try them out. So this came out quite recently for spring, and I thought today was the perfect day to try and play with this. As you can see, I went for the green look, so I used all these shades down here and a couple of shades here as well. I can't wait to do something more dark and smoky with it. That's not the only thing they came out with though. They also came out with these primers. There's one white one translucent, and one black. I picked up the white one, and so far I think I'm pretty impressed with it, but I need to try it out against other primers, like one on each eye, to see if there really is a vibrancy difference. But I feel like my eyeshadow came out so vibrant today, and the shimmer stuck on really well. Anyway, let me tell you a bit more about the palette. So, the Black Spring palette is a study in contrast, a moment of transformation. Black Spring captures the delicate tension between winter's lingering darkness and spring's first breath of life. The 15-pan eyeshadow palette tells the story of rebirth, where shadow meets bloom and frost gives way to colour. Designed with a split colour story, the palette balances deep, moody mattes and muted blues against fresh, luminous pastels and shifting multichromes. So this is the Prima Materia eye primer, and this is, like I said, it is in the white shade. This is pretty cool because it has like a metal paddle, so that you can wipe this between uses, and also it's quite cooling on the eyes, and it's going to help to apparently wake them up a bit, but I need all the help I can get. It is quite hygienic because you can wipe it after each use if you're going to use it on other people, or even if you're using it on yourself. It's a really cool idea. Anyway guys, that's enough about the palette. Let's get into how I created this look. So let's start by trying this primer out. So this is the white primer. There's also the translucent one and a black one as well. I'm just going to tap that all over the eye, including the brow bone. That primer's laid down nicely, so I'm just going to grab my palette now. This is the one we're working with. It's the Lethal Cosmetics Black Spring palette, and this is what it looks like inside. So you have like a mixture of the so you have like one side that's lighter and one side that's darker. I quite like the idea of playing with these green shades here. So I'm going to start with the shade here called Meadow, and I'm going to start by placing that in the crease. And that is pigmented. It's applying over the primer really nicely. I still feel weird that I'm not using Max Painterly Paint Pot, but it's okay. So I'm just going to blend that into the crease and right up to the brow bone. Coming particularly close to this area of my brow here on the inner corner. It looks white on the viewfinder, but it's more like a butter yellow. And then above that green, I'm just going to place that butter yellow. And it does have some pigment to it, but we're going to use that as our brow bone highlight. I wonder if that would have showed up without the white primer, because that is really pastel. I'm going to have to do some investigations. I'm then going to take a Singe E10, and I'm going to go into this shade here, and this one is called Hollow Woods. I'm just going to start deepening up the outer corner of my eye with that, and I'm going to slowly blend this into the crease as well, just to add a bit more depth. Doing little kind of back and forth motions across the crease. And we're just going to try and blend that lighter green and this deeper green together. I'm not too bothered that I'm covering quite a lot of my lid as well, because I'm just going to go into shimmer shades and cover that up anyway. And this deep green shade is extremely pigmented. I've only dipped my brush into the colour once. I'm then going to take the first brush that I took, which was the EO6, and then I'm going to go back in with that lighter green shade and just brighten that up a bit. So we did lose some pigmentation through the blending process, which is completely okay. Now it's time for the shimmers, and the next shade I'm going to go into is this shade here called Verdant. This beautiful shimmery green, and then I'm going to follow that with this kind of yellow shifting to orange colour, and that's called Equinox. So I'm just going to take Verdant on my finger and start tapping that on the eye, just towards the outer corner and straight on the middle of the lid. That's stunning, absolutely beautiful. I love a green eyeshadow look, especially an intense one like this. Lethal, I think, recently reformulated their eyeshadows, and I have to say that I am in love with this new formula. The old formula was really nice, but the shimmers could be chunky at times and hard to work with, and you would get a bit of fallout as well. So I'm switching over to a Singe EO9 brush, and I love packing on shimmers with this brush. And place that yellowy shimmer right in the inner corner, meeting up to that green. That's beautiful. And because I had a little bit of green from the matte shadow there, it's kind of made it like a lighter green. Actually, when you swatch it, it has quite a bit of green in it anyway as well. Okay, I feel like I did get a little bit of fallout with that lighter shade, so I'm just going to wipe under my eyes. Nothing too crazy though. Okay, I'm going to do the rest of my makeup and I will be back in a minute to finish the amateur hour. I forgot to hit record. Now I'm going to take my Solar Sailor highlighter from Kaleidos. This is one of the Space Age highlighters. Nice fluffy brush. And I'm just going to go into the inner corner with that. And then to get right on the inner corners, I'm just switching to a pencil brush from Sigma. I have no idea what this one's called. And then taking a Colourpop multichrome eyeliner, and again the name is rubbed off because I've used this so much, so I will put the name down below if I can find the product. And I'm just going to place that in the waterline. Bring everything together. Then I've got my Maybelline Firework mascara, and I'm just going to apply a couple of coats of that. And that completes this look. I think that I liked the primer. I'm going to have to try it against Painterly Paint Pot and see how much more vibrant the shadows will come out. And I imagine they will come out more vibrant on a white base, but it's always good to just experiment and check and things. So I'll get back to you on that one. And with the shadow, even though I only played with like 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shades, I have to say I'm really liking this new formula so far. I can't wait to do some more looks with this palette. I can't wait to get into this shiver shade here as well. It just looks so beautiful in the palette. But yeah, I really like this palette so far. The formula is really nice to work with. I didn't find that I got actually really too much fallout at all from the shimmers. They're not chunky. They don't look chunky in the pan, and the ones I used definitely weren't. So I feel like that's an improvement. And I just think that the concept of this palette is a really good idea. Like, you have your dark going into light for the dark, you know, black spring. I can't wait to do something smokier with like these deeper shadows, and also something with these pink shadows as well. I'm just overall really excited to play with the palette, and I'm really glad that I got it. Anyway guys, you have to let me know if you've played with this palette yet, or if you're intending on getting it. It is still available on their website, so if you are intending on buying it, then please let me know. Anyway guys, that's it for this video today. Please comment down below what your favourite spring palette is so far, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.